They're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first and 10, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Hurry up.
Operating from the gun, Rivers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. Tyrell Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go with Chubb on second down. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. So we have, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Here's Desmond King on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. First down, Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Escapes the defender. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Leopard! Leopard!
And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. That's Njoku over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
1st down, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception here, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Hurry up!
From the gun, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Larry Ogunjobi. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
we've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Now let's go. 3 and out.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the... Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Around the NFL, 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They run it again with Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Rivers here to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now Gordon. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And incomplete here on third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. From the gun, Rivers. And it is incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Rivers to throw it. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.